Rush. More details this morning about the Farmington shooter continue to be released. According to police, 18-year-old Bo Wilson was prepared for a fight, armed with 3 guns, body armor, and a note. In part of that note, Wilson refers to the day as, quote, the end of the chapter. Wilson opened fire, killing 3 women and wounding several others before he was shot and killed by police. Police are now looking into the extent of his mental health issues.
Albuquerque police are looking for a man who they say severely injured a 79-year-old woman during a carjacking last September. A judge denied a motion to keep Fernando Granados locked up pending trial, releasing him to pretrial services supervision. But he failed to check in and missed a court hearing. Now there's a warrant out for his arrest.
Stephen Lee Wright, the man accused of threatening a man and his family with a knife last October, will be going to trial after walking out of the courtroom during his plea hearing. Lee Wright was supposed to accept a plea deal for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. He was facing up to 18 months in prison, but during his hearing, Lee Wright withdrew himself from that plea before walking out of the hearing altogether. His trial is expected to be next month. Erica.
And here's a look at our school day forecast. 57 this morning. It's comfortable for now. We'll see warm temperatures this afternoon, but more afternoon and evening showers and storms, so it'd be a good idea to pack an umbrella or a rain jacket for the bus stop.
This morning we are working to learn more after Albuquerque police efforts in arresting a suspect led to a large police presence near Broadway and Avenida Cesar Chavez. Detectives say that the person barricaded themselves inside of a home as they were trying to serve an arrest warrant last night. We will keep you updated once we learn more.
A family is offering a reward for information about a stolen descanso. The families of Justice Gutierrez Cruz and Felicia Barela set up the descanso in memory of the 2 women who were killed by a suspected drunk driver near Espanola on Highway 84 back in 2020. In April, one was stolen and another run over. The families replaced the crosses, but nearly 3 weeks later, they're gone again. The family says they have filed a police report.
Gallup officials, along with leaders of the Navajo Nation, are investigating more than a dozen missing persons cases that they believe are linked to a, quote, healthcare fraud scheme. In May of last year, Gallup's police chief said that they received a missing person report for a man who had been taken across state lines after being promised rehab and medical services. As of this morning, 18 cases have been closed. Erica.
And here's a look at our threat index. It is high again today, as we will see heavy downpours across the state, wind and hail in northeast New Mexico, and burn scar and regular flash flooding potential.
Valencia High School students are helping to create the next generation of agriculture students. The FFA students are taking the role of teachers at Ann Parish Elementary in Los Lunes. Kids learned about the importance of agriculture in New Mexico and also read The Great Pumpkin Smash, which focuses on composting. Every other week, the FFA students visit different schools.
Well, students at Isleta Pueblo, they have 40 brand new smart tablets. It's all thanks to P&M. Officials say that the students will be able to use the tablets in the classroom, in after-school programs, and for remote learning. A group of the kids, they also got a chance to test out those new tablets. Erica.
All right, a check on traffic. Maps are clear, no accidents or slowdowns to report. And Tracker is heading south on I-25 near MLK, where everything's still moving at speed.
A woman in Cleveland made a rare sighting during a run at one of the city's metro parks. That's when she spotted an albino raccoon. Now, she shared some of the pictures of the unusual encounter on her Facebook page. It's where she praised the beauty of the rare animal. The Cleveland Museum says that only 1 in 10,000 of the raccoons are born with the condition of albinism that's now distinguished by their inability. Number 5 this morning, happening today, the city of Albuquerque plans to honor a local middle school student who died standing up to a bully. Benny Hargrove was a student at Washington Middle School who police say was trying to confront Juan Salcedo Jr. when he was shot and killed in August of 2021. The city plans to honor him by renaming Washington Middle School Park to Benny J. Hargrove Park. That ceremony is planned for this afternoon at 12:30.
And number 4, a family is offering a reward for information about a stolen descanso they set up for their loved ones. The families of Justice Gutierrez Cruz and Felicia Barela set up the descanso in memory of the 2 women who were killed by a suspected drunk driver near Espanola on Highway 84 back in 2020. In April, one was stolen and another run over. The families replaced the crosses, but nearly 3 weeks later, they're gone again.
And at number 3, we'll see more storms. That chance is going to be most likely from around 3 to 8 p.m. in the metro.
And number 2, there's now a warrant for the arrest of the man who police say severely injured a 79-year-old Albuquerque woman during a carjacking last September. While the woman was trying to help her husband into the car at Casement Hospital, police say Fernando Granados got into the couple's car and started to drive away, dragging the woman with the vehicle. Police say she suffered extensive injuries. A judge denied a motion to keep Granados locked up pending trial, releasing him to pretrial services supervision, but he failed to check in and missed a court hearing. Granados is charged with auto theft and reckless driving with great bodily harm.
And at number 1, more details about the Farmington shooter continue to be released. Around 11 on Monday morning, police found 18-year-old Bo Wilson opening fire, seemingly at random, up and down the street. 3 women were killed and several others wounded, including 2 police officers. Well, that was before Wilson was shot and killed by police. Now, according to investigators, Wilson was armed with 3 guns, body armor, and a note. And part of that note, Wilson refers to that day as, quote, the end of the chapter, and warns people to stay away from his sister. Police are now looking into the extent of his mental health